Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Omoshwa UK. So today I want to talk about something why it is good to retire in the motherland, in Africa in this case. So we have come to the West. For example, I'm in the UK at the moment. Maybe you're listening, you are in America, uh, you are in Canada, wherever you find yourself, home is always the best. So the reasons why we should retire in the motherland. First of all, is I was looking at groceries is cheaper. Like you can go to the market, get groceries at a cheaper price. Even better, you can grow your own food because in Africa we have like ancestral land. If you have an ancestral land, or you can buy your land and grow your crops, have your farm, have your cows, have your pigs, like whatever you want. So you know where your food is coming from. If you you can go to the market, you can buy groceries at a cheaper price. So I think that's one of the things I look at. And also, you're eating organic food. If you grow your food, you know how it has been grown. You know the process that the food has gone through. If you're growing your meat, you know that it is organic. Is 100% sure. Also, if you go also in the market, they have like organic food, and it's not as expensive compared to in the West, where organic food is very expensive. Also, there's a low cost of living. Uh, like I've said, you can plant your own things. Also, if you live in your own house, if you have your own house, it means you don't need to pay no rent. So you're retired, you don't pay. Well, you could say maybe in the West you have a mortgage, you paid all your mortgage, but in Africa you're free, like the freedom. Because even in the West, well, in the UK, even though you paid for your mortgage, you still have to pay things like council tax and all. But why am I stressing retiring in Africa? For me, I feel like if you have something that is set up in Africa, you don't need to worry about uh, any like expenses that are going that you don't need to. You don't need to worry about any other expenses. You know, except for maybe if you need a medical, if it's a medical expense. But most of the time, you will find that things are cheap. You know, if you plan well. So also another thing is in Africa we have like this warm culture. Like people are so welcoming. Are like the people just embrace you. Like compared to in the West, like in the UK. I'm speaking in the UK. Is you there's this kind there's this kind of people are just not people are not together. Uh, people this kind of, I don't know. There's no that community feeling. While in Africa we have this community feeling. People help one another. People are warm to us each other. You can speak to people freely without having to worry about being awkward. You can be walking in the streets, ask for direction, and no one will think that you're awkward. You can have conversations, and yeah, people like to be together as a community to help one another. You know, for example, if you have a problem, your family is always around. They're willing to help you. Like in the West, everyone is so busy. No one like even have, not that they don't have time for you, but it's hard to create time to even, like, if something is very urgent back at home in Africa, someone will quickly be able to help you, and like you can easily come together, compared to in the West, where people are actually so busy with work, and you'll find people that, well, you can find help, but or if you needed something very urgent, it can be very hard sometimes because people are always busy. every time, like all the time, everyone is busy. Compared to in Africa, if you needed help, you can easily find someone to help you. Let's say a family member. People are not not that they're not busy, but they can find time. They can create time and easily create time to help you. That's something that I have experienced myself. Also, I believe this is not just about retirement. Like, we don't need to wait until we are old to retire. I mean, you can retire at any age. So in this channel, I don't talk about retirement as in the age of 60 or over 50, but any time. Like, you can retire at the age of 30, 40, 20. I don't care. No one should say to me when I need to retire. Well, to retire, it doesn't mean that now I don't do anything, but when retired, then now you have something else that you are doing, something that you enjoy doing. You could, maybe you've set up a business and now you just find something that interests you doing. Maybe you like farming. You're doing that out of interest, not that you have to do it because you already have like a source of income, something that is generating cash. Because everyone wants to be economically strong and not to be able to, and not to be vulnerable. So anyway, uh, another point is that there's a good weather all year round. So in Kenya, like, you find that sometimes it's rained very heavily, but then after a while you see the sun is still shine, like the sun will still be shining, you know. Uh, Compared to in the West, like sometimes here in the UK, the weather is so unreliable. Sometimes it'll be sunny, sometimes raining. Like, there could be 4 seasons within one day. You don't know what to expect, you know. Uh, so in Africa, we have like that reliable weather. You can rely on the weather. You know, so we always have good climate, the sun, and you can enjoy that. You don't want to be depressed. For example, we're nearing winter now. Like, during winter, everyone is so like depressed. The weather is so depressing, and you know, you just don't wanna you don't wanna live like that forever. You don't wanna be living like that. So that is why I encourage people, like, we need to invest in the motherland so that we can actually decide that we are going back to the motherland. So I always look at it that when they came uh, to colonize Africa, they took our resources, and now when we come here, they took our resources and brought it to their countries. So well, I'm looking at it this way. I am here not to steal, but to work hard and take it back to my country, like invest it in my country, so that I can be able to return back to my country. So good weather is one of those, and also for those who, and also if someone has, if like for children, I believe another good thing, if we go back to the motherland, being that we've had good plans and we are able to go back, we have like businesses, we are secure, then it's a good place to like raise our children, because the environment, like in the West, people are so busy, like busy, 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 busy. So there's a disconnect between the parents and the children. The child wakes up very early in the morning, go to school. The mom or the dad also wake up. They go to work, and the children come back when maybe the parents are still at work. Like, they only get to see their parents at night, or so that kind of thing is, and that's why sometimes you find that the children, they might misbehave because maybe lack of discipline, or even in school there's no discipline, or in the society at all, as a whole, this it doesn't encourage discipline to disciplining the children. So it becomes very hard. So that is why in the motherland, if you have that, if you've set up your business, you have time to spend with your family. Like, no one dictate to you when you need to go to work. Sometimes maybe your business, you've employed people, so you don't need to be worried about like having to. Sometimes you can create time, more time. You have more time to spend with your family, you know, and to help the children to grow. I believe there's more points why that we need to invest in the motherland. So I just want to encourage us all to, whatever that we are, our adventures, whatever we are planning, whatever business that we want uh, to do or we are doing in the motherland, I think it should be something that will be will enable us to be able to live in the motherland without having to depend on the people that we are living maybe back in the West. Because the last thing that we want is to go to the motherland and now be wanting to rely on those people that are back in the West. That's not a, then there's no point, because we are now becoming a burden to other people. That's why we need to uh, think well and plan, have a time period, and then execute your whatever thing you want to do. So thank you for watching my channel. I wish you all the best, all the plans that you have for returning to the motherland. I pray that all will go well. Thank you and God bless.